2. Trying to get the camera set so that it looks halfway decent. Just not enough room in this place. Huh. Okay. I might end up cutting this canopy off and redoing it. It's aggravating. Got some sawdust or something in there. But maybe that green stuff that I ordered, the candy green will, hey Alan, the candy green will sort out some of that business. Maybe I'll just paint the damn thing. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to darken it up so you can barely see in it. Oh well. I need to figure out the balance on this thing. It's how I do it. Take a tape measure. And measure this. The root cord at the fuselage, including flaps, is 15 inches. I know that sounds ridiculous, but it's true. You move in a little bit, 14 and a half. We'll say 14 and a half. Let's see if I can figure this out. 14 and a half. 14.5 times 0.25. 3 5/8 back. Three 5/8 back. Should balance right there. That's 25%. I'm not going to break out the machine. Pretty nose heavy. So let's start wrapping some solder around it and see what happens. Maybe that's why I didn't like how it turned. Little nose heavy. I put a oh, you can't see now. Gotta move the camera. I put a push rod exit for the tail wheel. I may clean that up. That made it look better. So we're going to rub this out tonight. This we'll do this panel here. Tomorrow, it doesn't look like we're going to have good flying weather. I have sanded this. I must have done this last year. And I got disgusted because I sanded through this square here. So tomorrow I'll be going over John's and we'll do some I'll do some touch-ups on this, and he has some touch-ups he wants to do. Let's see about some tail weight. So we'll see here. I don't think this solder is actually thick enough. It's spaghetti. It's hard to believe I'm building these airplanes that so light they're nose heavy. I'm gonna have to figure out how to shorten the nose up so I don't have to add any tail weight. But you gotta have so much room for a fuel tank. You know, the fuel tank on this is about a 1/4 inch away from the belt crank. You're not gonna get much closer than that. I'm not a guy that believes that it doesn't matter where you mount the belt crank. I think it does. So my belt cranks are mounted just behind the center of gravity, plotted center of gravity. And I'm not one of them guys that'll put clay on it and take it to weigh in with the clay off of it. I just want it to, even when I did my scale airplane, you know, they said in my scale job, they said, well, you can change the spinner and propeller for flying. No, I'm going to set it up to fly as it's presented. I had to donate that airplane to the Air Force Museum or something. Let's see, Alexander, hello! What time is it in Scotland right now? It's gotta be early morning. Are you up all the time? Seems like every time I'm on, you're on. So we'll try this. This is about a little over a half an ounce of solder. And if this helps to turn, I'll embed it after midnight. 10 minutes after midnight. Oh, I see. What day? Friday? Or it might be Saturday now if it's after midnight. ordered some propellers. I got this propeller on this thing that's just ungodly heavy. So I'm gonna try where'd it go? This is a Zohr, or actually it's a Vox, but it's made by the same people. This is a 14, I think it's 14 and a half, but I ordered a 15.5. We'll try a wood propeller on it. And that'll lighten it up an ounce on the nose, so that'll move the center of gravity back. I hate to add this solder on this tail wheel. Absolutely hate adding weight. What are you gonna do? So, if you're looking for flying tomorrow, John and I talked today. It doesn't look like we're going to get any flying weather tomorrow. It's supposed to be raining, thunderstorm, windy. That's what makes flying here. I mean, the first contest of the season is Brodax for us. And you really can't get any practice in there or whatever. Guys in California that can fly all year round, they're lucky. Or Florida. Well, let's see here. Got a big turd down there. Let's see how much it changes the CG. About half a roll of solder. Hey, Jim. I'll look at the post here in a minute. Gotta shorten the nose up on the next one if I'm gonna keep building this light. I just don't know how to get the fuel tank in there. Okay. We gotta do what you gotta do. That's exactly right. There's my tail hook assembly. I guess I could add some more paint to it. I hate doing that, but I know what would do it in a heartbeat is spray a coat of spray shine on it, and that would make it tail heavy in a heartbeat. But it'd also be 70 ounces. I think we'll do this too today. Let's see how it balances. $70 ounces. So, about right here. Balances. Let's see, balance is just behind that check. Let's see what that is. Right, well, my hands are dirty. Right there. I say it was 3 5/8 is what it should be. And this balances at. No, that's about right. We'll try that. If that works, I'll cut it open and set it in the fuselage. I'll have to wash my hands. That grease don't want to come off. Let's see here. Wow. Man, I just was doing a lift gate today. I wasn't doing too much. Let me wash. I gotta wash my hands. Get some Comet cleanser on them. Okay, that just goes to show you why the airplanes, you better have some clear on it before you start handling it. Got my I made the cut t-shirt on from 2020. Hopefully I make the cut again this year. Pretty hard to do. Got a lot of good pilots. Got guys like Matt Newman that'll probably have a pallet of fuel burn up by now. And of course Paul Walker, who flies every day out of his house. It's hard to do. Let's see here. We'll go with this. We'll go with this. That got it. Got it so dirty, it had to sand it off. That's all right. Yeah, I guess I did sand on this. You guys wanting to see the gnats? I'm going, like I said yesterday, I'm going to put a post up in Stunhanger. I need to start collecting for some bandwidth because it'll cost me 75 bucks a day to run the stream. That's not very much. It's only 9 gig. And I don't make the prices. So if I'm there 5 days, 6 days, 6 times 75, it's about 500 bucks. Of course, I don't make nothing on that. But streams end up costing me every month that I do them. Stunhanger ends up costing me every month. Everybody whines about how I run ads on YouTube. I don't make that much on YouTube. Or ads on Stun. I mean, it's not like we're knocking down a killing on that thing, that's for sure. You want to make $1 million in this hobby, start out with 5 million. A lot of wind here, severe storms, and Saturday and Sunday. Yep, that's what's going to be here, Jim, or else we'd be flying. That was the plan anyway. Instead, it's going to be a shop day. Oh, just drug that black shit all over the place. Yeah. It may be messy, but boy, it sure makes your controls nice. It ain't nothing to get off though. A little bit of alcohol. Alright, let's buff that out and see what that looks like. Well, you do enough, Jim. You know, if everybody on the forum just threw 20 bucks a year, I could pay the forum rent and do the streaming. But that's not how it works. You got a couple of guys that pay and everybody else doesn't do anything. I understand times are tough, you know. Okay. I won't be flying Classic this year. Let's go for the one event. It's people need to understand. And boy, that's why I went off that one year with all the thumbs down on my Nats coverage. You know, it's very hard to go to Brodax or the Nats or wherever, fly an event, shoot the footage, and have a good time. Well, if you just send what you can, Jim, that's good enough. That's better than going through other channels. Like I say, normally when I'm at the Nats, I get quite a few super chats. That's good, except I don't see the money for a month, and I still got to come out of pocket for that bandwidth. Yeah, it'll come around. That ain't bad for the first rub. We'll have to do a detail rub on that. Sand and rub. Hey, Craig. Yeah, maybe I'll show my ad revenue sometime. $5 per 1,000 views. It's almost ridiculous. But it is something, you know. I try to pay Charles every month, give him something for doing his job. And this ain't a business, it's just a hobby. Everybody thought I made a killing on t-shirts. Shit. With so much work doing those things. I ordered some of Sam's wax from Cletus McFarland. We'll see how that works. $39. Works good. I'll write them a letter and see if I can repackage it and sell it as Aerogloss. My wrist is getting tired. I guess I better make a decision. Well, I'll Tuesday, I got some candy apple green lacquer coming. Gonna paint that canopy, and if it doesn't meet my expectations, I'm gonna cut it off before the that. Get it replaced. I can do it in one weekend. Cut it off and repair it. So what happened was, you got a little bit of CA inside there, and it kind of fogged in one spot. And now it looks like it's migrating. I don't know. See that, or just paint it solid candy apple green. Then I'm carrying around the Pilot for no reason. Might as well get him out of there. I don't know, everything's a pain in the butt. But I have the tail weight to add in there. It looks like it's balancing better. It's more level. Whoa. Hang on there, buddy. Put some of the jizz on it and see what it looks like. Did you guys catch how I figured out the balance point of the wing? I will explain that if you don't understand it. Yeah, I know. Anybody that doesn't understand how I figured out the balance of this, where the balance should be on this airplane, let me know and I'll explain it. And the balance point is just a theoretical. It just puts you in the ballpark, you know, more or less. Because you may want to fly it more tail heavy or vice versa. Now, 25%. 25% is a safe area to start from. Some guys run as much as 33%. But I start at 25. So now I have some pretty big fillets here. So we're just going to take the average or whatever. You measure from the back of the flap to the leading edge. That comes out to 14 and a half, 15, actually 16 if you measure the whole thing, but 14 and a half at the root. Times that by 0.25, and that'll give you how many inches back from the leading edge it should balance. This happened to balance at 3.625, which is 3 5/8. So it should start right there. And if it's farther forward, it's too nose heavy. So measure the distance. 14.5. Real simple. $14.5 times 0.25 or 25%. 3 5/8 back from the leading edge. Hope that makes sense. That's 25% of the root chord. And that's a good place to start. If it's ahead of that, it's nose heavy. Some guys, like I say, run 33%. So let's see what it would be at 33%. Which this model will never be at 33%. They're way too squirrely. 14.5 times 0.33. 4 3/4 back. So that would be that's way back here. When you balance them, when you balance an airplane way back here behind the spar, that thing will hunt like a big dog. No, thank you. Now, a nose-heavy airplane in the wind is no good. If you're going to have an airplane one way or the other, you want to make sure that it's tail heavy. No, you want to measure the whole route from leading edge to the trailing edge of the flap. Because the flap is the wing. That's part of the wing area. So let's figure that out. Let's see what it would be if it was just the wing. So here I have an 11.5-inch cord. $11.5-inch cord, clear. Oh. Clear. 11.5 times 0.25. That's 2 3/4 inches back from the leading edge. That thing would be so damn nose heavy, it's ridiculous. It would be right there. I don't know. Let's see here. Let me change camera views here. So if I measured it the way that Craig just said, it would balance right there. That's right at just behind the landing gear. That would be extremely nose heavy. So the way it is now, we got it balancing right here. Let me pull this around here. The way it is now, it's balancing right here. That's a good start. Where you can start monkeying, but you certainly don't want it way back here. I mean, there are guys that run way back there, but not for me. So, when I measured this, now that I got the camera in position, I can show you. From the back of the flaps, I didn't go around the corner in this wing fillet. I just went to where it ended right there. 14.5. Let's see. Still can't see it. Fourteen and a half. See right there? That's a big mama. 14.5 by 60. Let's figure the wing area out on this thing. Okay, we got 14.5 at the okay, 27. That's still how you figure it anyway, Jim. The root is 10.5, or the tip rib is 10.5, so 10.5 times 60 inches. Let's figure what that is. 10.5 times 60. 630 squares. So remember that number, 630. And the difference between 10.5 and 14.5 is 4 inches, so 4 times 60, 630, plus 4 times 60, 240. This is damn near an 800 square inch wing. Let's measure it half chord and see what happens. You can't measure it like that. Well, that's how I've always done it. Measure it half chord. So we got 13 times 60. Clear. 13 times 60. 780. That's just an average or just a guess. You know, if you want to get real technical and start measuring like these CAD guys do and this, that, it's probably 720. But it shows 780, the average. These guys get out their calculators and do all that crazy math stuff, and you know, I don't know what good it does. I just go, yeah, looks about right. This is a much bigger wing than the Geobolt wing of the Thunderbolt. My Thunderbolt has this wing in it, but this is the absolute best wing I've ever used. And how did I come up with this wing? It's a USA 1 wing, a 1/4 inch thicker. This bottom wing's going to take several sand outs to do. Well, let's see what it'd be at 27%. 14.5. Clear. 14.5 times 0.27. It'd be about 3 7/8. About 3 7/8 back. So let's see where that'd be. Let me get this rubbed off. Just remember 3 7/8. I can tell you this, on a new airplane, you damn sure don't want it too tail heavy. I can remember as a kid, before I understood about balance, I built a Thunderbird, Bob Palmer's Thunderbird. Of course, it had a McCoy 40 in it and so on and so on. It was beautiful. I put lots of dope on it. It probably was in the 70-ounce range. It was beautiful. Me and Rob went out to the Ollie's parking lot to fly the thing. Started it up, took off, and that airplane porpoised around the circle for, I thought I was going to hit the ground. Up, down, up, down, up. This about scared the crap out of me. Still didn't know what was wrong with it because it didn't understand balance. But I found somebody that did and showed me that formula, how to figure where to start. And I've used it. I've used that formula, figure out where to start since 1969. Like I say, balance is not an exact science. It's just a starting point. If you ain't close to that starting point, it can be exciting. To say the least. I pulled some bonehead moves in my flying career. I told you about the Sorcerer coming up on the pipe. You'd think it was a speed plane. No one would have thought of 32F in a stunt plane could do 140 miles an hour, but I'll guarantee you that's how fast it was. It sounded just like it was new speed plane when it came on the pipe. Whee! That was an exciting day. I sure would like to fly this before I set that lead in. I think I gotta try to sneak it out for a flight tomorrow between raindrops. I already got her figured out how I'm gonna get it in there. If you look back there, there's a little wart on it, because this airplane is built in the essence of Tom Worden. He built the Continental had a half-inch thick fuselage back at the leading edge of the stabilizer, and I'm not exaggerating. It's a half-inch, and Tom liked that. He used a Tornado 3-blade prop. It was cut down about a 9.5 Tornado 3-blade, and it sat low in the grass. Had big banana wheel pants on it, and they looked cool. I mean, that was the style, a lowrider, you know. Matter of fact, one of the guys that flew it said it flew like a lowered 49 Mercury. Anyway, so what I did there's a wart on the back. I don't know if you can see it or not. Oh, look here. You look right there. Without that wart right there, the push rod wouldn't clear the fuselage. So, underneath that wart, I will I'll put a box in there, or sink an ounce of lead, or whatever that weighs, whatever it's going to take. Because I'm not going to put any more paint on this and bring up the gross weight of the airplane. Might have to do that to the Junar too, because even adding the 4 extra coats of paint first off, it didn't change the weight of it that much. I think we only gained almost a ½ ounce for 4 coats. Because I'm spraying mostly thinner. And so it didn't move the CG much. And I'm going to have the CG where I can get it to turn. So the next best thing is to sink some sinkers in it. What are you going to do? I'm going to put that tube muffler back on there. And when you see this airplane in person, you'll know why it looks this way, because you watched it through all the steps. All the steps are on my channel on painting this. Painting, how much paint is on it, how much work it takes to get it this way. So, you know, there are no secrets and there are no excuses. The only easy day was yesterday, as the Navy SEALs would say. So how much grease do you want to put in it? I've made a few props. I'm not flying the Thunderbolt yet. It was the prop project was about making props for Thunderbolt 4 blades. That's just so I could have something cool. But I can tell you this, if it don't balance, it won't be on there. It'll be a wood 2 blade. This is the prop on this is a Bob McDonald APC Copy 3 blade. Just too damn heavy. It's almost 2 ounces just in the propeller. No wonder why it's nose heavy. Okay. Let's see how we're doing here. Someday I'll get it all rubbed out. So I gotta go over these wings one more time. Open bays. If you were here, you could see that it's not smooth like glass. It just needs more sanding. That's about all I can explain. Leading edge in the nose is good. Cowl is good. The bottom is good. These wings take a while. Water sick. Or slick. Or whatever. Where did I get what? Gotta ask me what you're talking about. I make everything, so I don't know what you're talking about. Yep, I make everything. Some guy in Sandy, those wheels, oh, the wheels. Can't get those no more. Those are kaput, out of business. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 5 sets. Plus I got spare tires. Here again, he's talking about these wheels here. Let's see if we can zoom in. I'll tell you, if you guys don't wise up, there's not going to be any parts for any airplanes. Let me see if I can bring it in here. Let's see here. Crop and zoom. He's asking about those wheels right there. Those wheels right there are the lightest wheels that you can possibly buy. I think they're like 7 grams a piece, 6 grams a piece. They're like the baby buggy wheels. This aluminum hub with a hard rubber, not hard, but a rubber tire on it. Everybody pissed and moaned about having to pay, I think they were $9 a piece. I'd give $20 a piece for them if you could get them. Everybody is so damn cheap, nobody wants to make anything for free. Could you make that for $9? No, you couldn't make that for $20. Especially now, it might be $40. Just the CNC time on that wheel. You gotta remember, a CNC machine cost $1 million. Late model CNC machine. They put in the stock and it spits those parts out. It's gotta spit out a lot of parts to make $1 million. So you just pay what you pay. It's like the fuel tank in this. It's a Casminato carbon fiber fuel tank, the lightest you can buy. And they're like 280,000 yen or whatever. Works out to about $110. And he don't want to make them no more because everybody pisses and moans about $100 and some dollars for a fuel tank. If you look at it, it's a piece of artwork. I mean, it's beautiful. So, same with this muffler that's in here, made by Kaz. $90 for the muffler. You couldn't make that for $90. Oh yeah. I mean, the cost of the material is nothing. I bet the cost of the material on that is pennies. The cost of the machine is what gets you. And the guy sitting behind the machine writing the G code, you got to pay him ridiculous amounts of money too. The operator. So I think I'm going to cut those extra pieces of 1/8" wire off. It looks like it's balancing a little better now. We might have to add another hunk of solder on the back, but I'll wait until I fly it to see where we're at. Pretty close, like I say, pretty close to 25% now. Probably should sit like that. Let's see, I got a 1/2 ounce sinker right here. It's a Brodak nose weight sinker. We'll put it back here and see what happens. You probably could use another 1/2 ounce. So it would be 61 ounces then. Let's see, it was a 60 and a half. 61 would be 61 and a half ounces. I put all that crap on there. But as Jim said, I just got to do what I got to do to get it to turn. We might add some more back there. I got this honking 1-inch Sullivan tail wheel. Right now it's the lightest tail wheel that you can buy. I can put that on there and that drops it down a little more. Boy, you could add a lot of shit back there. Let's see here. That's building it light. Of course, I think the nose might be just a tad too long for the 75 set. I might have figured it a little wrong. It's a PA 75 plus the pipe plus the tank plus that big honking propeller on there that I got to get off. Get a tube blade on it. I might go to these are spinners that I made. I might paint this spinner up and go with this spinner. It's that's one I made. Needs to be finished. This is an exact copy of a Randy spinner. And that would work good with that prop. Might paint that tomorrow. We'll try this propeller on here. You just gotta fiddle part around. Well, I think that's gonna do it for this evening. I'm sure you guys are probably pretty bored of me. It's the same thing over and over and over again. But what am I going to do? A lot better to have it at it than it is to try to get it off of there. Oh. Like I say, I think it's just a little bit too nose heavy still. I can feel that in the handle and it just bothers the heck out of me. Oh, I don't know, it may be right. It may be good right there. Just gonna have to fly it. Alright, I'll show you one more. You couldn't see what I was doing there. Let's see. Can you see that? No. Oh, we're on the other camera, that's why. This auto director, I gotta work it out. That's where it's balancing right there. It's about right, you know. Some old guy playing with toys. Alright guys, we'll see you later. Fair winds, tight lines. Let's go Brandon. See ya.